What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in the Khaliis Take. You know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell just so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in. NBA Hall of Famer, NBA legend player Bill Walton gives high praise for the Clippers, and he speaks of them very highly. And first off, I want to shout out to Bill Walton, because this guy has always, been a class act ever since I've heard him on TV. I actually did like his son, Luke Walton. He played for the Lakers, back in the day with Kobe and everything. So definitely give him respect there. He's won a championship, also with the Lakers. And, Bill Walton is definitely one of those names that a lot of people associate with greatness, because even though he had injuries and things like that in his day, he still was a great player, and he could have been even greater or better than what he was if he wouldn't have had injuries and stuff like that. Now, I didn't follow his career like that because he was not in my time, of growing up, because he's, a lot older than me, of course. But my thing is, the highlights that I've seen of him, and just, hearing him talk on being an announcer for the NBA, hearing him talk and speak growing up, watching the NBA and stuff, I definitely give him respect. And I got to give him respect on this one too, because he's given the Clippers high praise in regards to the Clippers identity. And, you can definitely, read this on clipsnation.com. You can go there, check it out. You can, there's a couple other sites where you can read this as well, where he's giving the Clippers praise. And I got to give him respect for that, because, he's looking at the bigger picture with the Clippers, unlike some other players or former players, as I've stated in my, video yesterday, and Robert Ory, a couple videos before that. Unlike them, he's definitely giving the Clippers their praise and flowers, because of just changing the identity of the team and how the team is constructed and everything, and having a superstar like Kawhi Leonard on there, and players like, Paul George on there and things like that. It goes a long way with the team, especially from where they were. I mean, they've never had a player of the caliber of Kawhi Leonard on this team before. Never, ever have they ever had that. And the fact that they have it now, they actually have an opportunity to win a championship. And this is what a lot of people don't understand. The Clippers went from a team that wasn't projected to win a championship, more than likely, to a team that's projected to win it all, hands down, over every team in the NBA, even including the Golden State Warriors, who just won the championship. So it tells you how deep this team is. It tells you how good they are. It tells you how sound they are. But it also tells you how well-rounded they are, especially if they can get John Wall going and things like that, and Ty Lue can get him on the same page, and Kawhi can stay healthy along with PG, and the rest of this team can kind of, build on the chemistry that they have as much as they play with each other throughout the season. And I know that's a kind of a big if for some people, but I think it's very possible for them to stay healthy and build the chemistry and get John Wall acclimated. And I think that this team can go very, very far. So with that being said, Bill Walton definitely, gave praise in regards to this, because, the identity of the team changed throughout the years. Back when they had Blake Griffin, they were a highlight team, Lob City, exciting team to watch, probably the most exciting team on TV, but they weren't projected to win championships, except maybe 1 or 2 seasons in there, possibly, that I remember. It could have been more, but they really wasn't looked at as a championship caliber type team, because Blake didn't have a jump shot. He was just a dunker. Even though he was a superstar, he was a highlight machine. And Chris Paul was still in his prime a little bit. He was still in his prime a little bit, but he never really was able to get it done with any team he's been with. And he's never been a champion for a reason. He did end up making the finals eventually with the Phoenix Suns, but that's because the Clippers were short Kawhi Leonard about a year and change ago. So if it wasn't for that, the Clippers would be in the finals. So my point is this: when I look at, the Clippers overall as a team, I agree with Bill Walton. This team's identity has changed throughout the years, and that's something that I might not even have spoken on myself in regards to that, not even realizing that. So I'm glad that, Bill Walton brought that out to the world, because the world needed to hear that, because that's exactly the truth. This team changes identity. This team has changed a lot of things about themselves. And he talks about how Steve Ballmer ever since he's the owner of this team, the direction of this team has went completely right instead of left. And basically, in so many words, that's what he says. And he's basically right, because from where this team was several years ago with the wrong management, the wrong ownership and all that type stuff. Yeah, they had an exciting team, but they weren't a championship caliber type team. And that makes a difference when you're trying to win a championship rather than just going through the motions of the season and being looked at as a team that can make the playoffs, maybe second round possibly, but a knockout after that. And that's pretty much what I looked at the Clippers more so back in the day when they had Blake Griffin and Chris Paul and a lot of other players they were exciting. They had a lot of good, pieces and players, but I didn't feel like it all was put together with the right coaching and everything the way this team is now. So with that being said, the Clippers really have an opportunity to, succeed everything that a lot of their doubters and naysayers think about them. And I really hope that the Clippers really at least bare minimum make the finals, because they at least have to do that, at least at this point, because they've been together for 4 seasons and that's been long enough for them to, well, now I ain't gonna say win a championship, but at least make it to a finals. So I say this year, going into this upcoming season, that's, a goal for theirs to at least make the finals, which I believe they can. I believe they got a good enough team to do it. I believe they're very sound, and I believe that Kawhi Leonard stay healthy along with PG. And I think that, ultimately this just might be their season, but we'll see how it goes. Of course, there's a lot that goes through in a season. There's a lot they have to go through. They have to go through the 82 games. They got to, make it through the season healthy. They got to build more chemistry, and they got to get acclimated with John Wall, since he was never a part of the team before. Now he is. So a lot has to go right. All the stars have to align. A little bit of luck has to be in there. But the Clippers are definitely up for that challenge, I hope. And I definitely believe they will be. And I definitely believe they'll prove Bill Walton's words to be, I know the Clippers wouldn't want nothing else but to host them that trophy. So hopefully they get the opportunity. Hopefully this is their year. Hopefully Kawhi can win another championship, and if so, then I'll definitely add to his resume of greatness along with his team. If the team winning their first championship possibly this season would be huge for the organization. A different scenery in the LA scene, because different LA team would have a championship, but let's see what happens. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. Check out my other videos if you haven't. And hey, Khaliis out.